Hello world, welcome to another trip report of my flight on board Qatar Airways on flight QR931 from Clark International Airport to Hamad International Airport in Doha on business class seat. After a very relaxing time at the dedicated Qatar Airways business class lounge, I headed down towards the gate to get ready for our international departure. In my experience, Qatar Airways likes to board its flight quite early. I walked on board with no waits through a dedicated fast-track check-in lane and settled into the beautiful Boeing 787 cabin.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Everyone straight and left, please.
Qatar Airways has installed reverse herringbone seating in its 787 cabins. It is set up like most others in 1-to-1 configuration. It is much more private than the Qatar Airways Boeing 777 seating configurations, but it also comes at the expense of a bit space as the seating footprint is much more compact. The cabin is bright and airy with the large 787 windows and a lack of center overhead bins, which makes for a higher ceiling in the middle. First impressions, like my previous flight to Manila, were very favorable. Qatar has taken great efforts in making this cabin appear sleek and contemporary. The seat itself has a variety of comfort functions, and like any other decent lounger, you can position it almost in any way to your liking. The Oryx AVOD controller resembles a smartphone more than a typical aircraft wired remote control. With movies and descriptions clearly visible on the remote, it made for exceptionally easy navigation.
Here is the flight deck is covered cargo, and is covered cargo, and looking up to the safety and comfort in our cabin routine. When the cabin is near the regular fish, cabin C, cabin service, the regular fish, cabin senior Crystal, cabin senior Lisa, and our flight cabin crew.
The cabin was very elegantly appointed. There was onboard bar stand in the middle, accented with freshly cut red roses. A magazine rack was discreetly inlaid into the bar. It was one of the first business class cabins that I had been in that had an integrated bar area that wasn't attached to a kitchen or galley. The first and general impressions of the Qatar Airways business class cabins were terrific and set tone for a great flight. While we were waiting on the ground, a pre-departure beverage order was taken. Qatar opens the good stuff on the ground, so I had a glass of carefully mixed mocktail. While enjoying my pre-departure mocktail, business class menus were also passed out. In the pre-departure services, Dupchik was passed out. It was similar to the amenity kit on my Qatar Airways business class to Doha to Manila flight. As in my previous flight, Qatar offers an extensive and interesting wine list full of items that were interest to me. I can think of many other carriers that would load 10 wines for 9 hours flight. The food menu was extensive and catered for all tastes. Less than 25 minutes after takeoff, I was served a beverage and an alcoholic mocktail with nuts. After around 40 minutes, an appetizer of prawn cocktail was served. It was super fresh and tasted great. After this, I opted to eat a starter of smoked trout fillet and quail egg and asparagus. It was divine. I chose the braised beef short ribs for my main and finished my meal with blueberry crumble for the dessert. After dinner, I sat back and rested for a few hours. I put the seat into bed mode and slept for a couple of hours. In bed mode, the seat was very comfortable and the blanket was large and soft. The Oryx entertainment system is quite comprehensive. The Qatar Inflight entertainment system has all the usual options. The latest films and classic films in various languages. You can watch the flight cameras or listen to music. The TV screen doesn't move, which is either great or not, depending on one's preferences. The noise-canceling headphones are a nice touch. They are superior to the ones you get in economy class. If it weren't for the 3-prong jack, the headphones wouldn't have been given back. Often on planes, I struggle to sleep due to the cabin being kept too warm. Thankfully, on this flight, there were 2 air conditioning nozzles right above my seat, which I could control. This kept my seat environment very cool, perfect for sleeping. The seat positions allows for a fluffy flat angle bed. There is a massage facility, which is really good if you like massages. The charging socket is located underneath the shelf area where the seat controls are. The USB slot is next to the headphone slots. After waking up from a couple of hours sleep, I went to the bathroom and I used my amenity kit. It included an eye mask, socks, some lip balm, facial mist, and moisturizer. The amenity kit did not include a toothbrush. Instead, these were stocked inside the toilets themselves. I really like this. It saved the necessary wasting of plastic.